I gotta say, I am very good at these things. When I have intuitions,
Dude, I would love for something majorly positive to happen.
is it just me, or does it feel like something Chinese is about to happen? You know what I mean?
I don't. I'm having.
What did you put in this cold brew today?
I love just to. You know what I mean?
What are you planning?
I'm not planning anything. That's
Dude, I
just
liked it when you were being fucking positive.
Yeah.
You're just freaking me out now.
I'm just saying it's entirely possible. It would just be too poetic to have Trump back in office and get another pandemic. And
Dude,
this time, all the
that's
same
not a
people who were like,
positive thing. What?
I know I'm not. I'm pivoting and saying
Oh.
it could be a negative thing. it could be negative.
I'm looking downtown with Betty on me. Tell me what's going on. Tell me what's going on. So listen on up to Betty on me. Tell me what's going on. Tell me what's going on.
All right. Wow, we're back. It's episode 74. We've got good golly, Miss Molly. We got a great big chunky,
You should
sexy.
see how big this thing
Oh
is.
man, it looks so good naked. I can
Thick
just
as all
picture it.
hell.
Oh man, thickums, a veritable thickums.
Curvy as all get out.
Curvy is all get out.
Don't just say what I say.
Well, so this episode, we're going to be talking all about, everybody's got questions. We're going to be talking about Trump's economy, the Trump's economy. What's it going to mean for you and your dollar?
Also, before
Your
we even get
$1.
to that, huge shout out to all the Ben and Emil Show members who are now they've become pregnant. For all the OG people who signed up when we first rolled out, they are now showing 9-month members on their things, and they've got little diamond emojis. And I just wanted to shout.
Why would you say pregnant then? Shouldn't it be a
It's
pregnant
9 months.
emoji? Well, then we screwed up. I screwed up. I'm so
No, they're
sorry.
pregnant with diamonds before, or they just gave birth. Excuse me.
Got it. Is 8
And
months
they gave
pregnant?
birth to a beautiful little diamond.
Is the 8-month thing?
We talked
pregnant?
about this before. This happens so much. We talk about something. I go, oh, we'll
No, I remember
And
that
then
we
he-
were supposed to
and
talk
then
about
he
this,
looks
but
at
I'm
me
like,
and he goes, where are we?
I just forgot that I thought that we changed it from a diamond to, but we didn't. Okay. Yeah. Huge shout out to those people.
But there is we're gonna read one of the guys who said,
Oh yeah, we're gonna give a little tease for the
so
comment
this
of the
is
week.
this is from Columbo on the app. He says, until I earn my monkey emoji, I feel like the keynote speaker at the micro penis convention. Don't be the keynote speaker at the micro penis convention. Join so you can get your monkey emoji.
But if you
But
are,
now you got to catch up and get your diamond emoji.
if you are the keynote speaker at the micro penis convention,
Congratulations,
because you beat out everybody else, and that's it. Also, the Discord. We have a Discord. I'll put a link in the description. It's the community we got on there. You know, you can hang out, talk
about
some trash,
whatever kind of stuff you want. Really,
plot to
do all kinds of
do
things.
things, send mail. You know, and
Check us out on Friday over at Stocktwits.
Oh, yeah.
We're doing you've probably seen it on socials by now, but if
Yeah.
you haven't, and if you're watching this on Thursday, tomorrow we'll be doing it.
it's going to be every single week after the markets close. So that'll be about, I think it's going to be 1:15 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And it's just going to be a weekly market recap live stream.
It's gonna be super fun. It's gonna be all
so
live. It's
fun.
gonna be crazy.
And I believe
Ben's
it's gonna-
do so much cold brew. He's gonna snort cold brew live probably.
I've got some right here, dear. But that's going to be every Friday on the Stocktwits YouTube channel, dear.
And then as long as we're doing plugs, I wrote a little thing on Substack. If you want to follow me, you can. A bunch of people followed me over there. It's super fun.
You got a Substack.
Now I do.
Damn.
I'll put a little link in the description if you want to come over. It's going to be super fun.
So what do you got on that Substack? Meatballs, turkey, provolone?
Substack. No, everyone just take a
Thank you.
a second with that one.
Thank you. Tuna fish would be my preference. Tuna.
But yeah, I'll put a little
he's
link in
got
the description. Come
tuna
follow.
on
It's
his
easier to engage with the comments
Tuna
over there,
fish.
and we can talk about
You're
stuff.
gonna
It's gonna be fun.
engage.
Yeah.
I'm gonna engage with. I'm gonna engage with a sandwich later. I think, not a sub though. That's really exciting. That's good stuff. Well, folks, the election's over. And if you didn't catch our live streams last week, too bad, so sad. You can go, they're up on.
Not so sad. You can go.
Watch them. But
turn this one off. Don't come back to it.
a wise man said, yeah, don't turn this one off. A wise man said, he was live tweeting the election. He said, it's men versus gays and chicks.
What?
That was Andrew Tate who said that. And just,
I thought that guy had to go away. Didn't they
God,
put
I
him in
thought so
jail?
too. What a massive piece of shit. And I've said it before.
Also, big ups to everyone who noticed. I did. I lost another water bottle, but it's good to be
Jesus
back in
God.
the thin neck Nalgene game. I tell you what, woo!
I love that
was
color.
a rough couple weeks.
That's a beautiful color. That's a very dentist office in the 1990s color. Or like psychiatrist office. The glass, you know what I'm talking about? That kind of grayish olive glass.
It's the greatest water bottle that's ever existed. Sorry about that.
Yeah, I remember years ago being on Instagram when they were just kind of figuring out the
Who's
Explore
this,
page.
Gays and chicks.
Yeah, gays and chicks.
Mhm.
And they were just figuring out the Explore page. And they were showing me nobodies, complete, utter nobodies. Just kind of, and for some reason, it started immediately showing me like men's rights guys or like pickup artist types. And Andrew Tate was one of them. And I remember looking at him and it was just janky and he's smoking a cigar and he's like, I drive a Lamborghini and I love chicks. And
you were like, this is cool. This is.
I remember thinking, what a clown.
Sub. If I want chicks, I need to sub.
I remember thinking, what a clown. It only had, not kidding, 3 or 4 likes. And I went to his
Just goes
profile.
to show you. Keep pushing.
Actually, truly, I don't know what happened and how he broke through, but I remember bookmarking it or saving it or liking it, whatever I did, and thinking, I need to come back to this and make a video like making fun of this. Because at the time, I was still interested in trying to do YouTube videos. And I never did, and I just forgot about it. And then years later, I'm like, why does this guy look so familiar? It was the same guy. And I went back through and I tried to find it, and that old post was deleted because he probably, cleaned up all of his shit and started fresh.
It reminds me of, I was looking up something, I think it was for maybe the live stream. I was Googling, how do you do certain things? And there was a little YouTube tutorial. And the top comment was this guy being like, yeah, I've used this for my own channel, blah, 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 and it's helped me grow. And I was like, who is this fucking nobody? He doesn't have a popular YouTube channel. I clicked it. Had maybe like 200,000 subscribers. I was like, what is this guy? I scrolled down a little bit. Just the entirety of the content was just how to last longer in bed. Like
Nice.
every video.
Nice.
New tip.
What were some of the tips?
I didn't look.
Yeah, I don't have that problem. If anything, I last too long, and they're like, can you stop now? I'm done. Yeah, sure, babe. Okay, I wanted to kick this off with...
Wait, why did you say it's men versus gays and chicks?
Just because that's what Andrew Tate tweeted about the election
election.
as it was going.
Oh.
It's men versus gays and chicks.
Isn't it crazy it was last week? Doesn't it feel like...
It feels like it was months ago.
I know.
What the fuck is going on?
It's hard to comprehend that it was last week.
But a good friend of mine, friend of the show, Matt Grippy, had some interesting thoughts on TikTok about all of this. He was lamenting how a lot of the right has been bitching incessantly about the mainstream media.
I thought we were going to talk about the economy.
We are. We're going to.
What is going on?
We're just kicking it off
Andrew
because
Tate?
we're kicking it off with a little bit about Elon Musk too, and how Tesla is just. I mean, who's really reaping the benefits here? But my friend Matt was lamenting about how they talk about the mainstream media
Who
being
knows?
just the conservatives and shit online.
Okay.
Oh, the mainstream media's endorsed Kamala Harris and shit. And if you look at all the numbers, they're not at all mainstream. The mainstream media is now Joe Rogan, Matt Walsh, Ben
yeah.
Shapiro, Candace Owens. They have the top 10, like 9 of the top 10 podcasts
Yeah. You got to
by a mile.
Hawk Tua as well.
Hawk 2. I don't think Hawk 2 is a conservative one, but she's definitely claimed.
Oh, I'm not claiming but she's in there. I just don't want you to.
Talk to her.
I just don't want you to.
Leave her out.
I don't want Hawk Tua erasure.
Yeah. But it's called Talk.
Especially on the day of her announcing who Pookie is.
She announced who Pookie is?
We'll get to that in the bonus.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy. I mean, she really is America's sweetheart. She's the new Reba McEntire. She's the new Reba. Your face. All right. So, of course, I would say the biggest winner in the election is. I'm giving you a drum roll.
I agree, but I think it's honestly a two-way tie. I think it's
Between.
It's Elon
Mm-hmm.
and just the crypto community at large.
Right.
I mean, it's been a tough day, just a tough week for me, and seeing guys I dislike the most.
Yeah. Crypto guys?
Just-
Crypto bros?
I mean, Elon plus. Oh,
Yeah.
dude, watching
Dogecoin go from fucking 15 cents to 50 cents
Like,
because why? Why?
guy from high school who, in 2022 is like, good, this is all over. I remember him posting like, I got good news. I get to be one of the early consultants on the NFL's NFT project. I got myself a Patrick Mahomes, and being like, what is happening? And then when it all came tumbling down, being like, good God, we're past all that.
Mm-hmm.
And now he literally posted something like, thank you to our Lord and Savior Satoshi, blah, blah. It's just like, fucking kill me.
I got a family
Take
member.
me out back. Just put me down.
Family member of mine posted one of those text graphic things on Facebook saying he won the election. Like she voted for Trump and said like he won the election, but we all have to remember he is not our king. Jesus is the only true king.
That is true.
And
Honestly, that's maybe the most salient.
Yeah, I said preach.
Analysis I've heard.
Yeah.
So far,
And
good for him. The funniest thing about this whole thing right now is that I really enjoy that we have these, what is it, like 2 or 3 months of now just Joe Biden kind of stumbling into rooms in the White House going, what do I...
Yeah.
Did you see him
walking on the beach?
Yeah.
In all fairness, walking on the beach.
It is hard to walk on the beach, but it's not that hard.
Is really hard.
I liked someone being like, he's not having trouble walking on the beach. He's doing a dune.
A Fremen
yeah.
sandwalk. Hey, folks, we got to take a quick break. We're thanking a sponsor of today's show, Mando.
And we want you to remember, just because it's wintertime doesn't mean you can slack on your personal hygiene.
Yeah,
all right?
that's right. You especially, because this guy stinks, but not anymore because he uses Mando. We
Look,
both use Mando.
I'm doing all my, just because the weather cooled down doesn't mean I'm not doing all my stuff. I'm going from the gym to work. I'm going in here in the studio. Everyone's
Playing tennis.
Going, PU, dude. Just
Not
'cause
no more.
It's November.
Yeah, it is. Mando is we like it because it's a little different from every other deodorant because you can use it all over your body, on your pits, your balls, your thigh folds, your belly button, your butt crack, and your feet. Everywhere that you sweat, you can stick it there. It was created by a doctor, a real life doctor who saw firsthand from patients and stuff how body odor was being misdiagnosed and mistreated.
It's clinically proven to block odor all day and control odor for up to 72 hours.
That's huge. I mean, absolutely take a shower in that time, but for sure, this stuff you get some Mando,
sometimes
you're not gonna be stinking.
Sometimes
so much.
you're a busy guy. You're going, you want to sneak a little tennis in before recording, okay?
Classic,
you don't want your co-host to be like, hey, what's that smell?
Yeah, they're all baking soda free, paraben free. They got a variety of fresh scents like bourbon leather, Clover Woods, Mount Fuji, or Pro Sport. And get this, Mando's starter pack is perfect for new customers. It comes with a solid stick deodorant, number 1, cream tube deodorant, number 2, and 2 free products of your choice like mini body wash and deodorant wipes. I love those little deodorant wipes. Good
I'm
for
a big
traveling.
fan too.
Plus, you get free shipping. And as a special offer for our audience, new customers get $5 off a starter pack with our exclusive code. That equates to over 40% off your starter pack if you use code BAES at shopmando.com, shopmando.com. Please support our show and tell them we sent you. That is code BAES at shopmando.com. Smell fresher, stay drier, and boost your confidence from head to toe with Mando. Yeah. So, well, Tesla stock last week.
First big winner.
First big winner. They rose back. The company gained over $200 billion in value. They went up 30% last week and another 9% so far this week to recapture the $1 trillion market cap mark.
We all remember, what was that? 2021?
When they first hit it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I believe so. I want to say it was 2021.
And then it was just a slow slide.
Mhm. And obviously,
down.
it's because the market they see the Trump win as good for Elon, good for Tesla, including and especially because the tariffs will mean that China EVs are still not going to come here.
I have to point out, when you read about some of the stuff, the Tesla and the crypto stuff included, it sounds like you're reading the pages from an indictment for a corruption case. This is it's just like the company stock has rallied about 29% this week after Donald Trump won the U.S. presidential election, and investors have grown optimistic that the former leader's return to the White House could benefit Tesla. Elon Musk, Tesla CEO, has been a key ally for Trump throughout his campaign, pouring at least $130 million into a pro-Trump campaign effort.
It's got to be the most by an individual in political
it's
history.
Just blatant buying elections and reaping benefits.
Yeah.
It's and we'll get into it more with the crypto stuff.
Well,
it's
and
just,
people, so like, let's play this clip from I believe it was Squawk Box. People are already starting to say that a vote for Trump was a vote for
Elon.
A vote for Elon, yeah. And this fucking guy.
Everybody together.
I think Tuesday night showed that people want Elon Musk's voice in policy discussions. They voted in favor.
I'm not suggesting you shouldn't be. I'm just saying, how do you do it?
But let me make a point. The ethics rules, transparency and the like, we should have them.
Yes.
But they should not preclude us from having a person like Elon Musk who has demonstrated incredible competence, including across media and transparency in the mix.
When Barry was here,
Right.
and they were talking about, I'm sure Elon, when Kamala wins, I'm sure Elon would want to work for her too as an American. And
I just want to say real fast, him saying, by the way, you know who that is?
That guy?
It's the former head of the SEC.
Oh, yeah.
Former head of the SEC says, all these rules and ethics shouldn't preclude us from having someone like Elon to grace us with his genius.
Dude, shut up.
Shut the fuck up.
No, you shut up. Gary Gensler's out, dude. He's getting the boot. We're marrying business and government again. It's gonna be fucking sick.
And to church. Bring the church on in too.
Bring church
Let's
in,
play this
too.
next
Let 'em
little
have a
part of
three-way.
this
See what
from
I
Squawk
care.
Box.
Better. We should figure out how to do it.
do you remember Elon when he answered those questions from you or from Faber so totally honestly with no thought about how it was going to affect his pocketbook? Do you remember when we asked, I think it was it Barry about Jeff Bezos? And you could immediately say what he did was totally about protecting his investment in the Washington Post.
I didn't say that. I did not say
No,
that.
I didn't say you did, but some people do. But with Elon, I don't think he's the richest guy in the world. I don't think it has anything to do with lining his.
There's no doubt.
Okay.
I think he's sincere.
I mean, god damn, I wish I owned a bridge so that I could sell it to these gullible fucking guys. He doesn't think that.
Dude, do you think Elon's doing this to line his pockets? That's my favorite. I have seen the other sentiment. I forget who it was. Someone was saying something like, it's so clear that Elon is not motivated by money.
I mean, it really is astounding, man. It's remarkable. I wonder if we're going to look back at him. Who was that Russian guy who like hypnotized?
Rasputin?
Rasputin. Are we going to look back at Elon like a Rasputin?
Elon is like treating Melania's fainting spells with weird...
Vagina oils? Or something? Isn't that what Rasputin did?
I don't know.
Or like, okay.
But
help
yeah,
me
I
here.
mean, here's a perfect example. So, regulatory bodies are just a bugaboo of any business. And one of...
I just like that
You
word,
like bugaboo?
Yeah.
And the whole self-driving thing hinges on regulatory approval. And on the third quarter call, Musk said he would use his sway with Trump-Vance administration to establish a federal approval process for autonomous vehicles. Currently, approvals happen at the state level, which the CEO sees as a regulatory hurdle Tesla will need to overcome once it finally offers more than partially automated driving systems. It's right there. He's saying it out loud.
Yeah.
I'm going to use this to make sure we don't have to go through any of that bullshit.
It's how we've talked about here before, and we've talked on the show before about how Elon's whole thing seems to be he believes he is the smartest guy out there, and he is the guy who can solve the problems. I can help fix COVID. I can help get those little the fucking Thai soccer players. I could help build a submarine to get those Thai boys out of
And
the
he's
cave.
pissed if everyone doesn't get out of the way and let him lead the charge.
Yes.
On
And this is just the
a thing he's got
ultimate.
no experience with.
Yeah, this is the ultimate thing that he's got now. Where, hey, I'm the smartest guy in the world. I was able to do and don't get me wrong, it is remarkable. Well, I will get down and I will, you know what? I'll give him a gentle jerk off. I'll jerk him off.
Why?
I'll jerk him off. Just shut up and let me jerk him off for a bit. Great job with SpaceX, bud. Great job with the cars. Not such a good job with the tunnels, but great job with the satellites
but it's
and
also
stuff.
important to note he couldn't accomplish any of this without government contracts,
Of course.
government subsidies. This man is reliant on government money.
Look, gutting a social media company and like trimming the fat does not translate at all to the largest economy, the largest government the world has ever seen. Those things just don't translate.
That also presupposes that was a success. I think it depends on who you ask. I would call it a failure. He tried to do his whole thing. He went with Andrew Sorkin, what was it, a year or two ago, where he's like, well, what do you have to say to the advertisers?
Go, fuck you.
Fuck you. And he does his little fucking edgelord bullshit. And then he comes crawling back and he's like, why doesn't anyone want to advertise on my website? Like, they don't like the website that it's now okay to promote Nazi propaganda on.
Oh, you don't want your ads? Yeah, running up against that?
And it's like every company resoundingly, no, we don't.
So just to remind everybody, Elon Musk is slated to be a key advisor to the Trump administration to help cut down on massive swaths of the United States government to the tune of, like, I think, to quote him, about $2 trillion. So the guy who will be...
Yeah, but it's unclear. Like,
sure.
It would be very confusing to actually make him an official member of the administration because of all of his business ties and all of this.
Yeah.
But he doesn't necessarily have to have an official role to be extremely influential.
Sure.
Yeah.
But regardless, for a guy to have a voice in gutting or to paring down some of these government agencies, most of them, including and especially the ones that regulate his own companies, is such a glaring conflict. Everybody can agree and has lamented the fact that members of Congress can trade stocks that they are also tasked with regulating, and yet nobody seems to have a problem with this because they just believe, oh yeah, he's doing it for the good of the country, for the good of everybody.
That's a great point.
What the fuck, man?
Everyone tweets and fucking sounds off about Congress people.
Yeah.
Trading on information, but they're like, this I love. This, let the man absolutely fucking rip.
And it goes back to the classic, I don't remember when we were talking about going over this episode, I was like, what's that quote? Just look at who stands to gain the most. Elon absolutely stands to gain the most from this. Removing all regulatory hurdles for him to do full self-driving, to get, I mean, ultimately, what we're contending with here is an autistic man who's fixated on going to Mars. That's the big thing. You cannot get in the way of one of the world's wealthiest, most powerful autistic guys who's like, I want to go to Mars. I want to go to Mars. And that's what he thinks that's his ultimate, what do you call those? Stim. He's stimming out.
Stimming out on
He's
Mars.
He's stimming out on a scale that we've
that's
never
my
seen
bad.
before. Hey, gang, we want to take another quick break to thank sponsor of today's show. We've had them before. We know them. We love them. We use them. Shopify.
They really helped us turn around our whole game.
Yeah,
it was
our lives.
When we went out on our own, we had no idea how pretty much anything worked.
Mm-hmm.
And so to get us going with a little store, and then to have the ability to go out into the real world, do our live shows, and have a whole very easy to use POS system right from Shopify, they really made our life so easy.
Yeah, before Shopify, we didn't know what the heck we were doing. We didn't know where to turn. But I'd seen some ads before, and I thought, I know tangentially about, I know about Shopify. Let me check them out. Checked them out. Easy peasy, easy as pie.
Made it super easy to set up an online store, made it super easy to get paid, super easy for anyone we worked with, anyone who ran our merch tables at live shows and stuff, to just get right on the POS system. And
yeah.
Easy as pie.
Doesn't matter if you're a big business or a small business. You upgrade your business and get the same checkout that we use with Shopify. Sign up for a $1 a month trial period at shopify.com/BAES, BAES, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/BAES to upgrade your selling today. That's shopify.com/BAES. The man is just, he's so stimmed out that he spent $100 something million just to get Trump elected.
Yeah, I want to watch this clip real quick because he is making himself very present in Trump world right now.
I don't know if I believe this thing.
What do you mean? They got pictures and stuff of him.
No, but the whole like.
The last 2 days, I'm told, with two kinds of people: those angling for a job and those who are trying to influence Trump into hiring their picks. But one person has loomed over all of that. His name is Elon Musk. Multiple sources tell me tonight that Musk has been seen at Mar-a-Lago nearly every single day since Donald Trump won, dining with him on the patio at times. Today, they were seen on the golf course together. Musk has been in the room when world leaders have called Trump. And tonight, we've learned he's also weighing in on staffing decisions, making clear his preference for certain roles even. Publicly tonight, Elon Musk is backing Florida Senator Rick Scott as the next leader of the Republican conference to replace Mitch McConnell. While Musk himself is still not expected to take any kind of formal position inside Trump's administration, given how complicated it would be with his companies, what's becoming clearer tonight is that he doesn't really need to, with one source telling me Elon Musk is having just as much influence from the outside.
Here's my prediction. This is exactly what I believe is going to happen. We are going to see more and more a narrative that Elon Musk is the one pulling the strings. Elon Musk is the one making the calls, and Trump's going to get pissed off. He's going to take it personally. He's going to see this kind of coverage on CNN, and they are going to part ways very non-amicably.
Well, I made a note of this to say, I think you already called it because there was I think you said it last week or maybe on one of the lives or something, but, and I didn't quite see it, but the Daily Beast posted a thing to say today, Musk turning himself into the guest who wouldn't leave at Mar-a-Lago. Apparently he's starting to piss people off. And Kara Swisher, the tech journalist, said that Trump and Musk's bromance likely won't survive the pressure of two planetary-sized egos vying for space in the halls of power. They're both narcissists, and there can be only one narcissist as head of the country, and that's Donald Trump.
Yeah.
Trump goes through people like tissues, essentially. And even if it's Musk, they're going to clash at some point.
That's really great. He goes through people like tissues.
Yeah. And I mean, he just does not have space for someone else vying for. Yeah, I think you're dead on after seeing some of this stuff. Like,
or maybe Elon will wise up and kind of get out of the way. He'll be advised to and kind of put his own ego in check to protect the.
I mean, he already
protect himself.
Remember when Trump did that tweet of it was something along the lines of,
oh, he'd get down on his knees and.
Yeah,
and beg me for whatever.
Made him kiss the ring, whatever, something like that.
I mean,
so he definitely needs to place himself above.
Yeah,
at all times.
The man really is. Elon Musk really is obsessed with going to Mars. That really is. There is a part of me that's like, okay, maybe he doesn't believe in all this political shit. He just sees it as a means to his end, that he wants to get civilization to Mars because he's like I said, he's so fixated. He's so overstimming on this idea that, okay, government's in my way. What do I have to do to fix that? Right. The only it's so ironic that the only thing that's in my way is the Democrats and not even the Republicans.
God, I'm just thinking about a world where we just have just a much looser restrictions on autonomous driving, and we're just clearing companies. Go ahead, let them out. Just
Waymo is now available to everybody.
All across the country?
I think in California at least, yeah.
You don't need that.
We gotta get in there.
I see them all the time.
I see them all the time too.
Yeah.
But we should get in there and make a video or something. People are gonna have sex back there.
I don't think
people are gonna jerk off back there.
There's like cameras running and stuff. They're
inside of them.
I think so.
Yeah, but I mean,
so that's
people are still gonna do it.
You're just making porn.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. Instead of the bang bus, it's the bang Waymo. Thank you.
The Wang Waymo.
The Wang Waymo. Very good. That's very good. You should buy that URL. I'm not kidding. WangWaymo.com. Patent pending.
The guy who just sold
Wicked
Chat.com for $15 million or something like that to OpenAI.
Yeah.
Fuck me. It just, those things hurt my heart where it's like just.
It's an entire industry, the whole URL thing. You go back, you you just buying single words or phrases or just collections of letters and hope that one day someone comes up with an idea and they've got to buy your thing.
You need it?
Yeah, you need it? You want it? Someone did the same thing with FB, Facebook. They bought FB.com years ago.
Genius.
It's like millions of dollars. Oh my God.
Those are the real heroes of the economy.
Yeah. But I one last thing before we go into Trump's economy is, like, there is excess in the government. There absolutely is overspending and bloat that needs to be cut. But I don't think that the way to do it is to just go in there willy-nilly, guns a-blazing, because as our friend of the show, Kyla Scanlon, put it in a video of hers recently, these things take time. Changes take time. You can't just go in and start fucking shit up, because not only do you not know the second and third and fourth order effects of things, like the whole Department of Education that he's talking about now,
I mean, that's
completely
just,
shutting down.
I don't even.
But things take time, and
But not only that, I think it's way more important to point out that, like, a lot of this comes from weird, overreach by business lobbies and things like that, where you have, weird rules where Medicare and Medicaid aren't allowed to negotiate for lower prices because the pharmaceutical lobbies made sure that they had to take that out of the bill. It's just like so many. I feel like more than anything, like, cut ties with the business world and actually govern.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It is crazy making how much of an influence. If
The
there's
last thing
one,
you need is a billionaire being like, the world just does not work the way we want it to.
the way I want it to, because again, it's kind of relates to
It's
the
like,
whole.
I bet it. Like, first off, it does work the way you want it to. Everything's going great.
Yeah, true. Good point. The world is going great, Elon. Just because from high atop your castle, one of your many castles, you don't like. I don't know, that your fucking daughter is trans or your son, whatever the fuck. Jesus, man. But like I said, it's not the same as going into Twitter and gutting cutting a server farm or something. It's
Right.
the United States government, man.
I
Anyway,
wonder if it makes sense to jump ahead to the crypto stuff first while we're talking about all this.
Yeah, why not?
Because
crypto,
we're going to talk about it later, but it just thematically it makes so much more sense, I think.
under Trump's first term, crypto was a scam, but now it's totally not, which is a brilliant move. That's one of the that's one of the smart things about this Trump campaign has been getting it's like he's like playing Moneyball. It's like getting these communities on board with him that in the aggregate can really help you win an election. And the crypto people were one of them. They also lobbied super hard.
Yeah, well, so that's the thing.
Or donated, rather.
Just as Elon spent his $130 million, I've seen different estimates, but I think even by the most conservative estimates, the crypto industry donated around $170 million to a trio of super PACs to elect friendly lawmakers. This includes, you might have heard of Bernie Moreno. It's probably one of the most high-profile crypto races for Senator of Ohio, because Sherrod Brown was the head of the Senate Banking Committee, one of the largest crypto critics on Capitol Hill. They ousted his ass.
Got this guy
just blasting money into the race. Here you go, Bernie Moreno, Republican from Ohio,
and he was a crypto guy
and car dealer, I believe.
Interesting.
Yeah, but I mean, there's been a huge payoff here. 50 of the 58 general election candidates the super PAC supported,
crypto super PAC,
yeah, won their race.
Yep.
The 8 others still too close to call. So it
Unreal.
might be it's just unfucking believable. And all this is paying off. I mean, crypto is responding. I think at last it was close to $88,000, an all-time high.
It hit all eights. 888.
Did it really?
Yeah, today, intraday today.
Christ,
it's wild. And yeah, part of what these guys are going to be gunning for is they want reduced government oversight, and now they're going to have a way more crypto-friendly government.
Right, as we stated, Gary Gensler's getting the fucking.
Oh yeah, And
he's not going to be bothering you anymore.
And I get what they're going for. They don't want to. They're not against regulation. They're just against.
But they don't want to be treated like securities.
They don't want to be treated like securities. Exactly. They don't want to be forced to comply with conventional stock trading rules. They don't want to be governed by the SEC. They want to be. They want to be governed by the Commodities Futures Trading Commission. They want to be. They want to be ruled by those guys because they are way less stringent. And yeah, also crypto, very, very, very strongly tied to young men. Young men love crypto. They certainly love their crypto. And Trump also said that he wants to do a Bitcoin United States strategic reserve of Bitcoin. Hey, gang, we want to take one last break to thank a sponsor of today's show, MooMoo. We love MooMoo. You know I love MooMoo. I be using that MooMoo.
MooMoo.
And you should too. Listen, as a trader, I gotta be top of my game. Always ready to go. Always looking out. Always reading. Always learning. Always finding things before everybody else does. And one of the ways to do that is MooMoo. They got everything that I could possibly need and more. My favorite is the news feeds that they got. Instead of paying $20, $30, $40, $50 a month, some of these news services are so outrageously cost prohibitive. Why would you do that when you can just get them all for free with MooMoo? All the news sources you need right there at your fingertips. There's all sorts of option scanners to find unusual options trades going off that can inform you as to moves that might happen before they happen because, you know, the options market always knows. And above all else, I love the fact that it's commission-free trading on most U.S. stocks and options, ETFs, that sort of thing. And if you really want to get started with trading, but you don't necessarily have the capital or you just don't want to start putting real money to work, you can use MooMoo's paper trading feature, which is really, really handy. You can get like $1 million in play money, essentially, but you get to trade the real prices of real stocks in real time on their paper trading feature. So it's worth checking out for that. But then the sign-up bonuses that you get are really where you get the benefits. Emil?
Number one, 8.1% APY cash sweep. Enroll and activate 8.1% APY cash sweep for 3 months on uninvested cash.
That's a big number.
Number two, this is my favorite one. Everybody knows it. If
Mine
you've been
too.
watching the show, you know up to 15 free stocks. You deposit $100, you get 5 free stocks. You deposit $1,000, you get 10 additional free stocks.
That's 15
Oh my God.
free stocks.
And lastly, there's the transfer in bonus. Okay, you can get a 1.5% cash reward on your initial transfer amount up to $300.
We love that, man. So
No-brainer.
what do you got to lose? Literally nothing. Go check the link in our description. And huge shout out to MooMoo. Thank you.
Yeah, and they've made it clear that they're going to be the Bitcoin presence. Eric Trump, one of the president-elect's sons, retweeted a meme after the election of a Bitcoin flag flying over the White House.
Jesus Christ. I mean, yeah. So you got Bitcoin at all-time highs. Coinbase just really absolutely broke the fuck out. MicroStrategy continues to break the fuck out. All the crypto miners, MARA, Riot, BTBT. I mean, I could list so many tickers. They're all going nuts. Even Cathie Wood. The market environment is so risk on right now
Cathie Wood is back.
that
baby.
even Cathie Wood's flagship
I'll tell
ARC.
you what, Jesus provides.
Yeah.
There's
And-
only one king,
Jesus.
God.
Yeah, God. Yeah.
Yahweh.
Same thing. Yeah.
Whoever.
But boy, oh boy, what an unlikely duo, the GOP and Bitcoiners.
I
you
mean,
know?
he went hard. He used to be this was like way back in September. They were talking because remember he was doing all these weird events.
Mhm.
The former president and one-time Bitcoin skeptic helped launch a new crypto business with his family. He bought a round of burgers for denizens of the Bitcoin-themed dive bar in New York. Pledges to block a Federal Reserve-backed digital currency and establish the strategic national Bitcoin stockpile, and then bringing it up in speeches all the time. He bought in hard.
Man, oh man, though. Jeez Louise, what's happening? The world is upside down. What's next?
It is.
Cats and dogs?
That's the thing.
Skittles and M&Ms?
I've just got to make peace with the fact that the economy is not going to even remotely resemble what I would like it to look like anytime soon, and it's okay. I think I put all my money in Doge. I'm ready.
Man.
I salute.
The Dogecoin now has a market cap of like $48 billion.
Good.
But you know what else would be an unlikely duo?
I just wish I kept that Patrick Mahomes NFT my friend gifted me.
You know, I keep trying to make this fucking joke. I can't get to it.
Do it.
An unlikely duo. It's stupid now. I wrote down, what's next? Godzilla and the Japanese? Saddam Hussein and George Bush? Bin Laden and the Twin Towers? Emil and a fucking haircut? Or a shower?
I like that you wrote that down.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
And that you've been trying to get it out for so long.
Yeah. I kept going, what an unlikely duo. And then you'd step in and go, I don't know the fuck. And I'm like, fuck, God damn it. How did I get in this? It's a dog. It was a terrible joke. This is a stupid joke.
Do you think we need to take a break? Or
No.
we can come back
I think
from
we're
that?
good. I do want to, now you've also got just as a quick aside, GameStop is running again, and there's a bunch of call options going off. I saw it on MooMoo. You know that. You know I'm seeing it on the MooMoo scanner. Go into the link in the description. Get yourself some MooMoo. But all right.
But I just am so surprised with these two examples that there's not been. I don't know. I would just imagine that there would be more of a outcry at this just blatant election buying. And
well, because when it's your team doing it and you just believe inherently that Elon Musk is your guy and that he's doing things for the good of the country and not
right. I guess it's the people they want in power, so what does it fucking matter? But
yeah.
I'm shocked.
I'm shocked too. Well, let's talk about the Trump economy, shall we? First off, we got the tax cuts that
the famous 2017 tax cuts that
set to expire after 8 years or the end of next year, and they are likely to be extended, which is part of why stocks rallied, because that includes corporate taxes, no increase in them shits.
Widely understood as a huge gift to the rich. Also, another just backwards thing. All these people who are worried about federal deficit and all these things. I think at the time it was expected to bring it up by $1.9 trillion over the next however many years. Just expensive and eats into the revenue base. But
for you though,
at it.
I believe people still maintain their higher standard deduction, a bigger child tax credit. So if you have a bigger child, you get a tax credit. Is that how that works? So like the bigger your child is?
No, it does mean that the $2,000 tax credit will be extended, but not to be confused with the one everyone was talking about during the American Rescue Plan, which upped it to $3,600 and made sure everyone got it regardless. At this point, it's a bit of a messy thing. Not everyone's getting the $2,000. If you're reporting no or very little income, you're not getting any of that.
Get out there and have a baby, folks. Get out there and have a baby. Get that tax credit.
I wouldn't advise that.
The top
Although
right.
JD Vance has said something along the lines of wanting to up it to $5,000, which is surprising. But when they did temporarily raise it to $3,600, it had a huge impact on
birth rates.
No, child poverty.
Yeah, a complete extension.
A huge impact on birth rate.
People would be like, "Damn, honey, you see, we're gonna get a big deduction. Let's have sex." It's projected to increase deficits by $4 trillion over 10 years. One thing that I do like.
$4 trillion. Oh, well, that would make sense.
Over 10 years.
It was at 1.9.
One thing that I can't argue with, especially as someone who used to be a server, is that Trump wants to eliminate taxes on tips and Social Security benefits and overtime pay, which is popular with a lot of people. Whether or not he'll actually get that passed is another thing, because these things take time. Like we said.
Also, one more. It's important to note. This is from the Center on Budget and Policy Priorities. The Trump tax cuts failed to deliver promised economic benefits. Trump administration officials claim their centerpiece corporate tax rate cut would very conservatively lead to a $4,000 boost in household income. New research shows that workers who earned less than about $114,000 on average in 2016 saw no change in earnings from the corporate tax rate.
Oh my God. I'm surprised. Didn't they just complete a study or something about Ronald Reagan's trickle-down economics, and it just didn't? They've concluded that it didn't do shit. It just it turns out that the wealthy people just were like, oh, sick, thanks for this, thanks for that extra.
I thought it was widely accepted that
doesn't work. Yeah, but like
right?
Officially, they just kind of threw that in there on a Friday afternoon. It's like, oh, by the way, Ronald Reagan shit didn't really.
And everyone just went, yeah, we know.
Yeah, we knew, but thanks for letting us know officially. If you got your student loans forgiven, you're probably not likely to continue to get it forgave.
Yeah, this one hurts. This one's personal. Obviously,
you're one of the 4.8 million Americans, and so you got a couple of pennies in that 175 billion that was slated for forgiveness.
No, I'm one of the 45 million Americans with student debt.
45? Yeah, no, but you didn't get any of yours forgiven?
No, it got blocked.
Maybe you didn't apologize hard enough. Sometimes you gotta beg for forgiveness, man. You gotta beg down on your knees.
If you have student debt, you might be familiar with the SAVE plan. It was a new SAVE, stands for something. They always got to make an acronym.
Students and
yeah, which is like, it's also confusing. Which they're getting you off of the REPAYE, the repay plan, and transfer over to the save plan to save money, and all this fucking bullshit with your income-based repayment plans, and I did it. I was like, great, you know what? I think it ended up saving me. I think it cut my payment in half.
Wow.
And I was on it for only a few months. I got an email this summer saying that. I forget which state it was, but a judge struck it down, and it's over for now. We're gonna keep fighting. Blah blah blah. All that's probably dead. I can't imagine he's going to revive.
Yeah, it's very unlikely.
Although, to be fair, Trump did pause student loan payments during the pandemic. That's who did it.
Right.
Biden restarted them.
So what you're saying is you like Trump now.
I like.
You heard it here, folks.
I like that. I mean, I'm not so stupid to say that.
Of course.
Like, it was great that
if he said free ice cream for everybody, I'd be like, all right, that's pretty cool.
I mean, I think that's a big problem too. You have to look at Trump. Also, under Trump, people got. I don't think it was all Trump's doing. Bernie Sanders played a huge role in getting some of that elevated unemployment.
Oh, sure.
But under Trump, it was the first time in a lot of people's lifetimes they probably saw a robust social safety net. They were without a job and able to keep their head above water. Those got rolled back under Biden. People are going to feel that.
Yeah, because like we said, it takes time. These effects take time to reverberate through the system.
But yeah, Trump is unlikely to pick up that mantle.
Credit cards.
Yeah, any of the kind of stuff that the CFPB did with
Consumer Protection, Financial Protection Bureau.
Yeah, with the $8 cap on late fees, which I believe before that the average was around like $32.
So fucking absurd, man. So yeah, he's probably going to reverse that.
Though he has made some promises. I think he said something about how he wants to get the interest rates for credit cards down to 10%.
That's not going to happen.
Oh,
I don't think it's going to happen. It's one of those promises you can make, but then in actuality, it would take so long and you would get so much pushback.
It's basically impossible. Bernie Sanders has already tried to do something like this, tried to get traction with it at capping it at 15%. Josh Hawley also tried to do it at 18%. No fucking way.
I don't understand and judging by the stocks.
But hey, if he can fucking do it, great.
Yeah.
Credit card interest rates are fucking insane.
It's ridiculous. I looked up the stocks for Visa, MasterCard, American Express, all-time highs, all three of them. If there were any possibility that these things were going to take shape and take place and be implemented, then the stocks would reflect that. And as of now, not even a fucking possibility. So that's upsetting and that sucks. So if you've got credit card debt, don't know what to tell you. You got that, you got student loans, but yeah, if you got crypto, you're high in hog heaven.
Yeah, fucking YOLO your way into some crypto and use that to, I don't know, pay down the interest on your student loan. I don't know what.
Dude, yeah. What are we going to do?
I don't know.
Blow up a
I'm
data
curious to see
center?
what my new student loan payment will be.
What about the rest of the world, huh? What's the global economy going to do? What are they thinking? Well, there's been a lot of talk about the tariffs.
Yeah, everyone's bracing for the tariffs, and that's not just the global economy. That's gonna have an impact here too.
And just to recap, here's what the tariffs mean. It means that everything that gets imported into the country, particularly from China, you're facing 60 to 100% tariff on Chinese imports, meaning China ain't going to be paying.
Also,
that.
this is not official policy. This is all speculation at this
Right.
point because,
Right.
as we've stated many times, you never know what Donny Boy's going to do.
Yeah. So if you are a company that imports goods from China, you are the one that pays the tariff on those goods. And then the consumer who subsequently buys your goods is ultimately the one who foots the bill for this. And I believe he's pushing for 10% on everything else from every other country. And the motivation here, the idea is that doing so will force people to buy domestic produced goods and force companies to start onshoring their means of production and whatnot. But
Donald Trump's going to find out real fast. We don't really make anything anymore.
yeah, and also so apparently Steve Madden, the shoe company, said that they were going to reduce China-made shit by 40 to 45%, and they were going to shift to Vietnam and Cambodia. But in most cases, we're probably not going to see very much reshoring back to America unless you've got companies that already do some manufacturing here and can shift more toward that. Yeah.
I mean, that's just a long-term goal that I don't think you're going to.
You can't do it by forcing
Accomplished by-
people.
yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Well, then the part of it is
I also think he's going to be talked out of it a little bit.
I think so too.
I think the full-blown tariffs he's talked about is not going to come to fruition.
Well, part of his thing was, it's going to cost the consumer more to buy these imports. What we can do to make it hurt less is stop charging federal income tax. So your paychecks will be that much bigger that you can then they'll just offset each other. And it's like, okay, yeah, sure. Again, stuff like this in
I don't
principle.
know if that'll have the impact I think people are still going to be
Exactly.
like, what the fuck? Everything's expensive as fuck.
Yeah, man. Yeah, exactly. It's like, it's fucking crazy making. These guys, these businessmen who think that America can be run and operated like a business seem to forget that it is such an impossible to comprehend complex system that you can't just fucking change things like that and expect it to just work smoothly.
And
It's
everyone
gonna-
goes, oh, well, I'm going to make it back on my taxes.
Yeah, man.
It's
I
okay
mean-
that my new kid's shoes are $350.
Yeah, because I didn't get that $350 taken out of my paycheck this
Yeah.
month. Great. Now I can use that $350 that I saved to buy these shoes. Get the fuck out of here. Get real. And then, yeah, the Department of Education, he just put out, what are these videos he's putting out? He's been putting out these videos just saying, he's like, I don't know where he is, what he's doing. Let's watch part of it.
Are 10 key ideas that will power our movement for great schools. First,
Where's teeth
we
always
will
that fucking
respect
white?
the right of parents to control the education of their children. Second, we will empower parents and local school board to hire
Wait,
and reward.
pause it real fast. Doesn't it look like a cartoon mallet hit him on the head?
Yeah.
And now he's got the like flattened hair. I can't even listen to him. I can't
Yeah.
watch him. It looks painful to watch him talk. He
I also
looks like
just-
he's struggling and in pain. His
Brother,
mouth is
nobody
Ugh.
can fucking read. It's don't get rid of the Department of Education.
If I'm understanding their position correctly, it's that the Department of Education is so bloated and all it does is figure out who and where to send what federal funds to or something. They don't dictate. There's the meme that's been passed around now that Elon Musk even tweeted is that, America was #1 in the world in education until Jimmy Carter introduced the Department of Education. And then we fell to number 44 or whatever we're at.
I haven't seen this meme.
Even then, it's just like that doesn't mean that the Department of Education is the cause for that. There's so many factors that go into it. Teacher salaries,
like immigrants coming into this goddamn country. That's probably
exactly. You get these damn Mexicans coming in and can't even speak English. They slow down the whole class.
I'm sure they would love to. They're gonna clip that, and it's gonna end up on fucking like End Wokeness or Libs of TikTok, and they're gonna be like, they're finally coming around.
Some of these poor people that just they really do think, well, the leopards won't eat my face. You know, the whole leopards eating my face thing.
Not exactly, but
it's just I don't know where it originates from, but it's just surely it won't happen to me.
Right.
I'm voting for this thing as like there's some county, I think in Arizona or Texas, I was hearing on the radio this morning. A lot of illegal immigrant who are here, a lot of immigrants who are here illegally and have been here for 10 plus years have here we go. The origins of leopards eating people's faces party refers to a parody of regretful voters who vote for cruel and unjust policies and then are surprised when their own lives become worse as a result. Yeah. I never thought leopards would eat my face. Who voted for says woman who voted for the leopards eating people's faces party.
But I do think this is I think a lot of people do want this. I'm more familiar with the arguments that they have about placing the power back into parents' hands. They have a lot of issues with the. I think they think that there's some kind of radical indoctrination happening at school where they're teaching kids that America's bad
and that you're trans and they'll do the operation in school.
All of the that mostly schools are now mostly just operating rooms where kids are getting filed through.
I've seen them
having their sex changed.
It's true.
No, but I do think there's a lot of. I think people will be. I don't know. Maybe long term they'll regret it, but I do think they're going to be cheering on.
I believe their whole thing is pushing the states to have their own. So basically, there's not going to be any cohesive. What do you call that?
Liberal agenda.
No, there's not going to be any cohesive. What's another word for like rubric? Benchmarks, national benchmarks, or anything like that. I just don't understand why you can't reform these things instead of getting rid of them entirely.
No, we're past reform. Break the system. Drain the swamp. Even though it's funny watching them all get pissed at some of the staff picks, like Marco Rubio for Secretary of State, and people going like, "But he's a neocon," and it's like, yeah, dude, it's not going to be what you want.
Yeah, that's part of the issue with, even though he's got the Republicans have the majority, there's differences between the House Republicans and the Senate Republicans that don't exactly see eye to eye on some of these issues, which is surprising to me.
I mean, that's been a narrative for so long. Remember when they were trying to pick a Speaker of the House and you had all these Marjorie Taylor Greene.
She wanted a Marshall speaker, and the other guy wanted BAES for Speaker of the House.
Yeah.
But then others were calling for JBL. I should just go, huh? I should just smash my head into a wall.
It's nice having the gun taped to the desk just to feel it sometimes, you know? You don't have to turn it on yourself, but it does. It's a nice reminder saying there's always an escape hatch.
But go on with Marjorie Taylor Greene.
No, that's just been a narrative for a while. The more, I guess you would call them saner parts of the party.
Mm-hmm.
And then the kind of, Lauren Boeberts and the Marjorie Taylor Greenes and
fucking hate her. Just hate her.
And that, yeah. So,
well, I guess, what do you think, folks? Leave a comment. What do you think? What's going to happen? One thing I wanted to touch on, is it just me or does it feel like something big is coming? Just generally, something big is about to happen.
I don't feel that way.
I have a strange sense of optimism.
That is strange.
And I know that I've harped on trying your best to be optimistic in the face of overwhelmingly negative things and negativity, but I I have a strange feeling that something exciting is about to happen. I don't know what it is. I can't
What
put
are
my
you
finger on
planning?
it.
Yeah.
What am I'm not planning anything.
Can you,
I can't put my finger on it. I don't know. I
in
just
your personal life or
no, in the ether. I feel like something big is about to happen. And
interesting.
and either it's good in the sense that it's going to be like Trump dies or something.
That would be incredible.
It's good in the sense of like, oh, just I don't know, aliens are going to come finally. We're going to have proof of God. I don't know. It just feels like we're on the cusp of something big. Or something bad. I don't know. Maybe my vibes are I'm picking up the wrong
That would be great.
frequencies.
Obviously, I don't want to talk about Trump and Elon every week for the
No.
next, but they are going to have such big impacts on all of this stuff. It's going to be hard not to keep.
You know what big impact I would like to see them have? One with a fucking wall. You know, maybe Elon gets him in one of these Teslas and he says, "Oh, let me show you how
I'm
I'm
just caressing the gun.
let me show you how good the auto drive full self-driving is," and it just fucking goes
that would
into
be
a wall.
sick.
Wouldn't that be awesome?
It's a live video with Trump and Elon getting into a robo-taxi and being like, we're so confident in this. A lot of people are pissed because we've removed all of the regulations and people are saying like, oh, well, it's not going to be safe. It's not road ready. Well, we're here to show you that this thing
There's
is
no
ready
pedals.
to
There's no
go.
steering wheel.
And
If anything goes wrong, there's nothing we can
they
do.
just get in and they say, do your thing. And then just like,
Yeah. Oh, God. Can you... Maybe that's what
we're
it
going to
is.
get in trouble. People are going to be like, you shouldn't say that. You hope they die.
I'm not saying that I hope they die. I'm saying that I hope they hit a wall in a Tesla. I'm not saying it. I didn't say anything about death, but you can draw your own conclusions from what happens to a human body when it,
It's going 95.
Yeah, when it's going 95 and you know, when the defecation hits the oscillation, that's kind of what happens to the body. But I got to say, I am very good at these things. When I have intuitions,
dude, I would love for something majorly positive to happen.
I think something's going to happen. And I'm not rooting for this. I did see someone, it's in the ether because other people, I've seen little bits of people. Someone tweeted, is it just me or does it feel like something Chinese is about to happen?
And that's a good thing?
No, that one's not good.
Oh, okay.
Because it could mean another virus.
Ben, what are you
Just
doing?
the way things
What's
go,
going on over
the way things are going, it just feels like the pendulum keeps, whereas the pendulum used to swing every 10, 15 years, it's now like every couple of years. And it's just the law of, it would just be too poetic to have Trump back in office and get another pandemic. And
Dude,
this time, all the
that's
same
not a
people who were
positive
like,
thing. What
I know I'm pivoting and saying it could be a negative thing. it could be negative.
This is every psychic. Big positive things were coming, but it could be negative too.
I said
something is coming.
If you run the tape back, I said something big is coming, and I feel like it could be positive, but at the same time, it could be negative.
But the negative is already coming, and I think an impending Trump presidency is
That's a big. That sure is the big one.
Some pretty scary rhetoric coming down the pike. Of,
exactly. But there is
rounding up millions of people.
It would be. I just believe in the way things are now in the culture. Things tend to happen. Things tend to point toward the most interesting outcome, and I think that the most interesting outcome would be. The most interesting and ironic outcome would be another global pandemic that this time people won't believe the government, they won't take vaccinations, and it'll kill millions of people who are stupid. You know what I mean?
I don't. I'm having...
Man, what did they put in this cold brew today?
I love just to... You know what I mean?
I did not know what you mean.
It's like the last time, obviously, Trump was in office, we had COVID, and then we had Operation Lightspeed. We had the warp speed. Thank you. We had the vaccines come out. And then now there's all this. The fallout of that was all of this government distrust that mostly
Yeah,
came.
but now you got Bobby Kennedy leading that charge.
Exactly.
He's going to make sure those vaccines are free and clear of autism.
It's like a boy who cried wolf on a scale the likes of which we've never seen, where everybody now thinks that COVID was the boy crying wolf, and now I think that we're going to get an actual wolf, and everybody's just going to go, that's bullshit. That's the mainstream media lying to you.
Well, I don't think it would matter, though, because the one thing COVID did not have was people, like, dropping dead very quickly and that kind of thing. I think if it was...
If it was something like... Yeah, but people
if it was killing people very quickly, I think people would just...
Sing a different tune?
Yeah. I mean, I hope if people are seeing people just...
I would hope too, but also...
Blood coming out of eyes and just like... I think they would...
The way that everything is shaping up, we now have AI, we have distrust in videos and audio. Oh, that's doctored, that's fake.
Damn,
that's
dude, I
just
liked it when you were being fucking positive. You're just freaking me out now.
I'm just saying it's entirely possible for this kind of thing to happen. All the pieces are there for it to potentially happen with the way things have been going the last several years. The distrust in government, the distrust in vaccinations, all this stuff. I'm just saying. And yeah.
What?
Let's do the comment of the week.
Thank you, Connor.
This one comes from Belvis slopping on Emil. Emil saying, am I the hot one? While I'm literally on my back blasting my bussy with a Greek cucumber is wild to me.
That one had 2 replies and I clicked them.
Jesus.
They were both just like, good God.
This one comes from Shrektoberfest, who says, do you think Emil calls his really fast tennis serves Guido torpedoes? Well, do you?
That's really funny. I don't.
But now you should.
I don't, but now I should.
Yeah.
I think I'd get laughed at. I'm a 35-year-old man. I think people would be like, Did you just call that a Guido torpedo?
Here comes the Guido torpedo.
Yeah.
That's your tennis serve.
I don't care if I ace someone. I think that guy's going to make fun of me.
I think you might get the ace because they'll be distracted.
Yeah, true. Did you
just
say
say Guido
torpedo?
too late? All right, last one comes from Gabe. If you're a first-time listener, just know that Ben grows on you after 20 to 30 episodes, which is which is a little upsetting to me because when I first read that comment and before I read it, I saw that it had 146 likes, and I thought, oh, great. If you're a first-time listener, just know that Ben grows on you after 20 to 30, and I thought it was going to say minutes. But then it said episodes, and I was like, "Oh, okay, yeah. Well, who's laughing now, Gabe? I could shadow ban you."
No, we don't allow that.
No, we don't allow.
We're at the Ben and Emil show. We're like what?
We're lesbian fair, you know. Lesbian fair. It's a French term. It means hands off. Government has its hands off, you know. Lesbian fair. You look like you want to say something.
No.
Yeah.
I'm just picturing the weight of that sweet, sweet handgun taped under the table.
I bet you couldn't draw it fast enough.
Oh, I'm turning it on myself, not you.
Oh.
I hope that was clear. I would never kill Ben. I would only turn a weapon on myself.
Well, you could kill me if you wanted to.
Murder-suicide.
You could kill me if you wanted to. We still need to put the proper times on these clocks, if you know what I mean.
We're going to figure it out.
Yeah. Smart people will know exactly what times they are.
We'll see you in the bonus episode.
Oh yeah, and we're gonna do the Q&A in today, and you'll see it posted on the website only. And if you want to submit a question for next month's Q&A, go ahead and we'll post the phone number for the $10 and up subscribers on benandemilshow.com.
Love ya. Bye.
Thank you very much, buddy.